Have you heard that everything in the universe is actually happening at the exact same time? That you might have parallel lives going on, or that the past is happening the same time as the future, and that everything is simultaneous and that time does not exist within the universe? I am always curious about how my spirit team can explain to me new ways to understand these concepts so that we can wrap our mind around it in a very simple way. And my spirit team gave me this visual of a drawing that I'm going to share with you today about how everything is happening at once. And so, if you want to know more about that, stay tuned and I will share this visual image with you that they gave me. Welcome to the Soul Alignment Mentor Podcast. I'm your host, Angie, and I'm inviting you to explore the depths of self-sabotage, limiting mindsets, and the beliefs that hinder our progress in life. Through intuitive messages I receive from my spirit team, I share profound insights to help you live authentically and break free from these limitations. Join me now as we uncover all the keys to living your best life. Welcome back. My name is Angie, and I'm your Soul Alignment Mentor, bringing you intuitive messages from my spirit team to help you align with your most authentic and highest self. So, if you're anything like me and you hear all these concepts about how eternity works, or how the universe works, or how there's parallel lives, or how you exist in multiple dimensions at once, and you have a higher self and a human self, and possibly a whole bunch of other selves out there somewhere in the universe doing something, and we're not really sure how that can happen. Our human mind is so limited during this human experience, and that's for a reason. And if we had understanding and concept of everything that was happening within our soul experience at once while we're a human, we wouldn't really truly be able to be a human. Because in many ways, we decided as we came down into this human experience to purposely forget about all the other parts of us, about the highest part of us, our soul, the connection we have with God, the connection we have with other dimensions, um, the guides, the spirits, everything that we are energetically made up of. And in many ways, this plays a big part in allowing us to learn through the human experience. If you know anything about the teachings of Dolores Cannon, who took thousands and thousands of people under hypnosis and into past lives, she talks about how many souls are on the other side waiting in line to come and experience the human life. And that is because when a soul comes to earth, they grow tremendously. Like the ability to feel and experience things as a earth being is beyond what we can really comprehend, because we are so caught up in the pain and the hardship of being a human that we don't realize how much is benefiting our soul and our soul family and the universe as a whole. And so for me, I'm always asking my spirit team, can you give me a little bit more information on this? If we're meant to know this at this time, as we're ascending and we're waking up to higher frequencies and the earth is moving into eventually 5D, what is this concept of eternity and evolution and everything happening at once and parallel lives and all that stuff? And so they began to give me a vision of something that I'm going to draw for you today. And so before I draw this, I want you to think about the infinity sign. So if you know what the infinity sign is, it's just the two loops. And there's like different sayings that are connected to this, like love you to the moon and back, and like love you infinity, like all these different things that have been created with the infinity sign. But when my spirit team showed me this sign, they gave me more insight about how that actually is a reflection of the universe and of our unique experience as a soul and parallel lives. So let me grab my board and I will draw this picture for you that they showed me to maybe help give you a little bit of a more understanding about how this can actually be happening all at once, and how you could be living multiple lives at all at one time without even realizing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the infinity sign. And I think everybody kind of knows what the infinity sign is. So I want you to think about this as yourself. Now, what I want you to also imagine is that right here in the middle is your true self. This is like your soul right here. So this is your soul. Sorry, this is backwards for you. And your soul is having multiple experiences within itself. So this particular part of infinity of yourself could be your human self. This could be you right now, having this human experience right here on earth. However, this part of yourself up here could be maybe an Octarian or a Pleiadian or a Lemurian or whatever it is in a different star system. So what actually is going on is that this middle part of your soul is expanding itself into both dimensions. So this could be the 3D dimension, and this could be the 8th dimension. Okay, so we have multiple experiences happening at once. And this is how they described it to me as we are having parallel lives. We are eternal beings. We're constantly having new experiences. We're growing and learning. And our soul is projecting itself in all these spaces. However, what we don't realize is that there's multiple of these experiences happening at once. And so what we are doing is we are a soul having an experience. Our soul is having experiences in all these different dimensions, and we may not even have a clue what these are. Some of these could actually be other human experiences. So over here, we could have had another human experience. Say, in this life, you are a certain race or a certain sex or culture or whatever, and in this life you're a completely different one, but these could be happening at the same time. However, also what is really interesting is that you could even have another part of you as another human over here living on the same timeline, so you both could possibly be sharing the same soul on earth at the same time. And the only reason I know this is possible is because I have done a meditation and a parallel life, basically, where I went in to a meditative state and I asked my higher self, is there any other parts of my soul that are living on earth at this particular time? And I came to understand that there was another human being, there was another woman living connected to my frequency and my soul. She was much older. She was in her 80s. She actually lived like just an hour from me. And the only reason I knew that was because when I was in the meditation, I asked her for the area code or a number I could look up after I got out of the meditation to see if I could figure out where this other part of my frequency was. And she actually was only about an hour from where I currently live. So what was interesting is when I connected to this other part of me, say this is me, and I connected to this other part of me, I asked her, what is something that you can teach me in this lifetime? Since I'm younger and you've kind of lived more of your life. And she said to me, one of the things I wish I would have done when I was your age was went after more of my dreams, lived my life fully, not held myself back from things I desired or wanted to do. And so she gave me that lesson and helped me understand how to enhance my life in this timeline that I'm in here. But what's interesting is by me doing that, I'm actually helping her to grow as well, because we are one energy and one frequency. Now, say this person over here is also going through an experience that we have no idea what they're going through. But when I'm working on myself in this time, I'm also supporting this part of myself. And so if you really look at this and try, and this is kind of hard to wrap your mind out around a little bit, but if you look at this, we're creating another infinity. And so we're having another experience where we are benefiting each other. But this is happening all over the place. That is why, as we are raising our consciousness, as we are healing, as we're releasing toxic energies in our human bodies and ascending into a higher frequency, 4D, 5D eventually, that's why we're getting more in touch with this part of ourself, which is our soul, our higher self. But then that's also giving us access to the other part of ourself that might be living in a completely different dimension. So, if you have followed me very long, you may know that I have contact with the Octarians, which is a very ancient extraterrestrial race that has been involved in the developing of the human or in the universal experience for beyond what we could even comprehend. But as I'm in this 3D energy and my energy shifts a little bit higher and my frequency rises because I'm healing and letting go of karmic energy and trauma, this is allowing me to get in touch with this part of myself. And so what is actually happening is this part of myself is helping this part of myself, and I'm expanding and growing. And so what we're doing is we're creating that infinity. And then this part of myself is helping this part of myself. And so this goes on and on and on. But the really interesting part of this is that we all are also connected with each other. And so, say you're over here having this human experience, and I come in contact with you, or we have a connection of some kinds. We become connected in this lifetime, and we start impacting each other. We start impacting each other's frequency. And maybe this person is connected to this person over here, and then as this connection is working together, this connection's working together, and this connection's working together. And then as you can see, this continues to build on each other out and out and out and out, further and further. So that is why when one part of ourselves, no matter where we are in our parallel lives or in a dimension or whatever that is, we are always impacting ourself, our soul, our oversoul is growing and expanding because of our experiences. But also we are impacting everybody else's experiences as well. And then they're connecting to each other. So it's an ever ending experience where the universe has continued to expand itself and grow and learn and develop more and more awareness of itself in the process of opening up to its different frequencies. So right now, as Earth is ascending into a new energy, into 5D, the more we work on ourselves, the more we heal ourselves, the more we raise our own frequency, the more we're impacting the entire thing. And so it may seem like you're not doing much to help with the ascension if you are just working on your own self, if you're just healing your own energy field, or you're working with your chakras or releasing karmic energies or traumas that you took on in your life. It may feel like you're not contributing to the overall ascension process, but you are, because we're all connected and we're all that infinity. And if we could see that expanding outward and outward and outward and outward, that's the energetics makeup of the entire universe. And we all have a part of our soul that's projecting itself out into these different realities and dimensions, and then they're all benefiting from one another. And so that's why there can be like these people in your life that you are closer to than maybe the other people, because of the frequency of the connection in the universe that you have with them. And then that impacts the other person. And so this is a ripple effect. This is an ocean. This is in every molecule of the ocean creating the overall entity of it. And we are all a part of this, and it's powerful and it's amazing and it's confusing and it's beyond the human comprehension sometimes. And it's not necessarily something that we need to be aware of or we have to really pay attention to. on a 3D or human level. But I know that for myself, and I'm sure some of you, like having the knowledge and awareness of how this is working actually gives me a little bit more motivation to do the work on myself and to help others to heal and to really work on raising my own frequency and vibration, knowing that I am playing a part in the entire system of growth for humanity as a whole to grow into 5D energy. And that is also why there's other dimensions, there's other beings. The veil is thinning for humanity because we are getting more and more in contact with the other dimensions of ourself, the frequency of our own soul, but also the frequencies of the other beings that are wanting to support us because they are also benefiting from our spiritual growth and our ascension. So it's an overall very beautiful thing that source energy has come up with to create more of itself, to expand itself, and to become more of aware of itself. And we are that energy, which is so powerful. So I just want to share that with you guys today because it kind of blew my mind. It gave me a little bit more understanding about how parallel lives might work or what was going on when I was doing my own healing work. And if you're interested and you see this before March 22nd or even after March 22nd, you are welcome to still join us. We will be meeting for 14 weeks to do a Raise Your Vibration course. And I'm going to start with the root chakra. I'm going to teach about energy. I'm going to teach about the root chakra, how it's developed, when it's developed, how to clear it out, what to do to how to recognize the patterns that you are developing in your energy field. And as we go through this process, we're going to be shifting our vibration, which is going to benefit the collective to help us move through some difficult times that humanity is going through at this time. So I will drop the link below for Raise Your Vibration. We start March 22nd of 2025. Again, if you end up seeing this within the month or so after that, you're welcome to still join. There will be replays posted on my website where you can go back and watch the previous teaching, but we'll meet every other week live on Zoom, and I will teach you all this. If you are looking for one-on-one support, I actually have one opening for my weekly mentorship and would love to support you if that's something you're looking for as well. Until we meet again, I wish you the best day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. I send you all the universal love.